So in this lesson, we'll be going through inequalities, and really I'll be showing you how to calculate your critical values and how to draw a number line or a graph to really find your solutions. So consider this example of x squared plus 7x is less than 0. So we have to solve for x. So we take out the common factor of x. If we take out x from x squared, we get x. If we take out x from 7x, we get 7, and is less than 0. So at this step, we have to find values that we can substitute for x that will give us 0. In that sense, it will give us critical values. So to find that, you can either visually really see that, or you can quickly really calculate it on the side, because we need to find values that which x plus 7 will be equal to 0. And those values we can see will be x is equal to 0 and x is equal to -7. So these two values are what we call critical values, because they make this whole expression equals to 0. So we'll come and say for critical values of CV, x is equals to 0 and also x is equals to -7. So those are our critical values. So then what do we do with our critical values? We go and really sketch a number line. We know that -7 will be on the left hand side and 0 will be on the right hand side, right? So it's said that it's less than or equals to 0. There's no equals to, meaning that we'll just draw open dots and we won't really color them in to be solid. And remember, if we were given that it's less than or equals to, we were going to draw solid dots, but in this case we are not given equals to, so we only draw it as an open dot. Less than, so we only draw an open dot. So we continue with our question. It says for x plus 7 is less than 0, meaning that the values will be negative. So what we need to do here, we use this number line really to find an area where this whole equation here will be less than 0 or negative. And how we do that? We substitute values on the left of -7, for example, -8, -9, -10. So let's go ahead and substitute a value less than -7, which is -8. Where there's x, we substitute -8. So if we substitute this and you calculate it, you'll see that the value you get would either be positive or negative. So you can quickly calculate that, either punch it in the calculator or do it really physically. You'll see that you get a value that's positive. And to be precise, you get a value of +8. So it means the values on the left hand side of -7 will all be positive. And we repeat the process for values in between -7 and 0. So you can pick any number in between -7 and 0. For example, -4. Say -4 where there's x, substitute -4. Then we go and calculate what -4 will be. And you'll see that you get a value that is negative. And to be precise, you get -12. Means all the values in between -7 and 0 will be negative. And repeat the same thing for values that are greater than 0 or on the right hand side of 0. So we can use example 2. So we substitute 2 where there's x, and if you calculate what you get when you substitute 2, you get a positive value. To be precise, you get 44 in our example. So it means all the values on the right of 0 will be positive. So now this helped us, this whole activity we're doing using critical values and substituting value in this number line was helping us identify the area where this equation will be less than 0. And we see that it will be less than 0 between 7 and 0. Then it means that we can just join our dots. So how do we represent our answer? There's two ways of representing it. You can either say x is greater than -7, meaning that on the right of -7, we know that x is less than 0, right? But we can really write this in a very neater, compact way by saying x is less than 0, and we'd say that x is greater than negative 7. So we say x is greater than negative 7. If you wish, you can take it a step further and say x is an element of soft bracket negative 7 is to 0. Soft bracket. We're using soft bracket because it's only less than and it's not equals to. So those will be our answer. So we can write your answer really this way, that way, or really that way, but preferably get into the habit of writing it in that way or the last way, and we would have really answered our question. So let's move on to the second question, where we're given a more of a complex example. We're given that x minus 1, x minus 2 less than 6. So what we need to do here, just to really FOIL these brackets out by multiplying using the FOIL technique. So when you FOIL this out, we should get x squared minus 3x plus 3 less than 6. X and x squared, x and minus 2, minus 1 and x is minus 1, minus 1 and minus 2 is minus 3. Negative and negative give you positive. 1 times 2 give you 2. So see, it's very, very useful to always check your answer. So you just take the 6 to the left hand side, then we'll get x squared minus 3x plus 2 minus 6 less than 0. We have x squared, the group like terms, minus 3x. Now we have positive 2 minus 6, which will give us negative 4. It's less than 0. So what do? We have now a quadratic. We find the factors of 4, that which you add or subtract, that will give you negative 3. And that which you multiply give you negative 4. So the factors of 4 will be, you can just write them on the side here. So the factors of 4 will be 1, will be 2, and 4. Between these three numbers, which combination can give us negative 3 and which combination can give us really 4? So I can see that we can use really, you can discard 2. You can say negative 4 plus 1. If you add them, subtract them, you get negative 3. If you multiply positive 1 times negative 4, it will definitely give you negative 4. So means positive 1 and negative 4 are factors. So we'll have x plus 1, x minus 4, it's less than 0. So go back and identify our factors again. So we can see that from my equation, what values of x can we substitute here that will give us 0? We can see that our critical values then, x is equals to negative 1 and x is equals to 4. And our critical values helps us sketch our graph, or helps us sketch our number line. So we'll go and sketch our number line. On the left hand side we'll have negative 1. On the right hand side we'll have positive 4. And we go ahead and really substitute values on the left of negative 1 and on the right of 4, and in between negative 1 and 4. And we know it's an open dot because it's really less than. And also it's saying less than 0, which means it needs to be negative. So if we go ahead and substitute a value that's less than negative 1, for example, negative 2, where there's x, negative 2, where there's x, calculate and see what value you get. And you will see that from your calculation, your value will be positive. To be precise, if you substitute a negative 2, you should get positive 6. And then you substitute a value in between negative 1 and 4. We can say we substitute 1. If you substitute 1, you get a negative number. You can see that it will be not negative. And if you substitute a value greater than 4, for example 5, you will get a positive number. So which means this expression is negative in between -1 and 4, which means our solution will be x is less than 4 and x is greater than -1, or x is an element of -1 is 2, 4. And in that way, that will be our solution. So let's hop on to the next really exercise, which is given that x minus 3 is greater or equals to -2. What do we do in this instance? We need to FOIL our bracket out. It should be x by minus 3. It should give us x squared minus 3x is greater or equals to -2. Bring the 2 to the left hand side, we have x squared minus 3x plus 2 is greater or equals to 0. Now we have quadratic. We need to find the factors 2 that we should add to give us -3. That we should multiply will give us +2. You can see that it will be -2 and -1, because -2, -1, -3, -2 times -1 is +2. And our critical values will be x is equals to 2 and x is equals to 1. Then we go draw a number line. It is 1 and 2, and it's greater or equals to. This time it means we draw solid brackets, solid dots. Means we're looking for area where it's positive. So we go ahead and substitute values for x. On the left of 1, we can substitute 0. If we substitute 0 with its x and substitute 0 with its x, what do you get? You can see that you will get a positive number, and that number is +2. So if we go ahead and substitute a number in between 1 and 2, for example 1.5 or 3/2, substitute 1.5 in there and we calculate, you see that you get a value that's negative 0.25, so that's negative. And if you substitute a value that's greater than 2, for example 3, substitute 3, you'll see that you get a positive number. So if you go ahead and substitute 3, you get a positive number, but to be precise, you get 2. So it's positive. So to answer the question using our number line, it means we're looking for an area where this equation is positive in our number line, and that area it's at x is less than or equals to 1. And you can also see it's at x is greater equals to 2. And that will be our solutions. You can also represent this as x is greater or equals to 2. And this is x is less than 1. So x is less than 1. And that will be our solution. Alternatively, if you want to represent this in another way, you could say x is an element of soft bracket -infinity all the way to 1, solid bracket union solid bracket 2 is to positive infinity soft bracket. I'm trying to give you alternatives so that you know, or you don't use one method of finding a solution, and that will be it.